ओ देखो हो गया फायर, दौड़ होगी शुरू, देखो किवें जा रहे ने।
लोगों को समय समय पर सरकारी विभाग से संपर्क करना होता है। किसी को कंप्लेंट लिखवानी हो, गाड़ी का रजिस्ट्रेशन करवाना हो या एनओसी के लिए अनुरोध करना हो, नई पुरानी एफआईआर की कॉपी लेनी हो या पासपोर्ट और कैरेक्टर आदि की रिपोर्ट बनवानी हो, इन सारे कामों के लिए सरकारी दफ्तरों में भीड़ लगी रहती है और लोगों को काम करवाने के लिए काफी समय भी देना होता है। लेकिन कम्युनिटी पुलिसिंग सुविधा सेंटर्स का खुलना मानो आम लोगों के लिए एक वरदान है, क्योंकि यहाँ एक ही छत के नीचे सारी सुविधाएं उपलब्ध हैं।
सानू कोई धक्के नहीं खाने पैंदे। सारा काम जो महीना महीना 15-15 दिन नहीं होंदा सी, हुण इत्थे 1-2 दिन विच हो जाता। असीं बहुत धन्नवाद करदे हां।
सुविधा सेंटर के क्राइम काउंटर से आप किसी भी पुरानी या नई एफआईआर की कॉपी प्राप्त कर सकते हैं।
मैं जिस काम के लिए आया था या रिपोर्ट दर्ज कराने के लिए, वो इतनी जल्दी हुआ कि मेरा सारा समय बच गया। इसकी बहुत हमें सुविधा हुई है और हम बड़े खुश हैं।
सुविधा केंद्रों के फॉरेनर्स काउंटर पर विदेशों से आए मेहमानों और एनआरआईज के लिए विशेष प्रबंध किए गए हैं। फॉरेनर्स के आने व जाने के रजिस्ट्रेशन के साथ उनके यहाँ पर रहने संबंधी परमिट के विस्तार के लिए भी प्रार्थना पत्र दे सकते हैं। एनआरआई की शिकायतों का निपटारा और उसके बारे में जानकारी भी आप यहाँ से ले सकते हैं। फॉरेनर्स को भारत में आकर कोई परेशानी न हो, इसके लिए उन्हें महत्वपूर्ण जानकारियाँ उपलब्ध करवाई जाती हैं। करेंसी एक्सचेंज के लाइसेंसधारी डीलर्स और रजिस्टर्ड ट्रैवल एजेंट्स की जानकारी भी इन केंद्रों से ले सकते हैं। कम्युनिटी पुलिसिंग सुविधा सेंटर्स लोगों के लिए गाड़ी के चौथे पहिए की तरह हैं। इतनी सारी सुविधाओं का एक ही छत के नीचे होना उसे और भी अहम बना देता है। अधिकारियों का सकारात्मक व्यवहार लोगों के दिलों में पुलिस के लिए अच्छी छवि बनाने में अहम भूमिका निभाता है। इन केंद्रों पर और भी बहुत सी विशेष सुविधाएं यानी स्पेशल सर्विसेज उपलब्ध हैं। कम्युनिटी पुलिसिंग सुविधा सेंटर्स के अंतर्गत पीड़ित राहत केंद्र का निर्माण किया गया है। इसमें महिलाओं के लिए हेल्पलाइन नंबर और अस्पताल डिस्पेंसरी की लिस्टों को उपलब्ध करवाना आदि सुविधाओं को रखा गया है। इन केंद्रों पर पुलिस व गैर सरकारी सामाजिक संस्थाओं से जुड़े लोग इकट्ठा होकर समाज के छोटे बड़े मामलों को सुलझाने की कोशिश करते हैं। इसके अलावा नशा मुक्ति अभियान, खेलों का आयोजन और ट्रैफिक की समस्याओं जैसे मामलों में भी पुलिस का सहयोग करते हैं। जिला स्तरीय समिति द्वारा बताए गए दिशा निर्देशों को समाज में लागू करने का काम भी इन्हीं केंद्रों का होता है। इन केंद्रों की वजह से लोग जागरूक हुए हैं।
पंजाब गवर्नमेंट ने ये जो शुरू किया है प्रोजेक्ट सांझ,
इससे पब्लिक की और पुलिस की दूरियां कम होगी। जो पब्लिक को एक डर था पुलिस से वो कम होगा और जो काम हो रहे हैं उसमें फुर्ती आएगी।
114 sub-division level Sanj Kendras, then 363 police station level Sanj Kendras. We can roughly say these are the front end of the various police offices, starting from police station, sub-division, and office of SSP or commissioner, 3 commissioners. These are away from the main building. Some of these are part of the same campus only, but you don't have an armed sentry over there. And the local SHO is the chairman of local Sanj committee. These are being run by Sanj committees in which you have the official members, and predominantly majority of the members are from the public, common people. And these Sanj Kendras are being run as registered societies. So I will go through my presentation. These things have been institutionalized by Right to Service Act, by incorporating relevant provision in Punjab Police Act, which was enacted in year 2007. The third feature of the Sanj Kendras, these are totally self-financing. These are registered societies. Government of Punjab has introduced some facilitation charges for various services to be provided by the police. So these services go to those societies. All these centers again are run by these registered societies. They draft the plan, agenda of the meetings, they pass resolutions, they draw money for various expenditures. Recurring expenditure of these Sanj Kendras is being met from these facilitation charges. So its total structure, I will briefly go through this. This is institutionalized partnership between public, because these are being run by the committees where you have the official members as well as people from the common public. We have, I have already explained to you the total number of Sanj Kendras at various levels in Punjab which are running. The total structure, administrative structure, we have a community affairs division at the headquarters, which is being headed by one additional DGP rank officer who has been designated as additional DGP community policing, supported by IGP community policing. Then you have field formations. We have a lot of district community policing officers. At the sub-division level, we have the senior community policing officers. At the police station level, we have the community policing officers. Presently, these centers are being run by policemen who have been drawn from regular police force. They have been specially trained. They have special uniform specifically designed for them, and they have been totally oriented towards having proper kind of orientation for delivery of services to the common people. This is the architectural structure of the Sanj Kendras. All these Sanj Kendras are having the same uniform structure. This is the spatial mapping of the Sanj Kendras. It is dotted all over the state, and majority of these Sanj Kendras are the national highways or the state highways, or near the police building where people can easily access them. These are the features of the Sanj Kendra which we have explained to you. These are all being run by registered societies at the local level. Then all Sanj Kendras have been connected to a central server. Our server is located in Ludhiana. We have a system administrator which has been hired by Community Affairs Division Punjab. So these are the principal features, and basic thing in a Sanj Kendra we provide following four type of services which are the efficient delivery of services to the common people, various type of services. 27 such services in a regular district and 41 services in the 3 police commissionerate, because we have the powers of issuing arms licenses and other licensing powers in the commissionerate. The community participation and engagement is the main you can say the bedrock of all these Sanj Kendras. Regular meetings are being held, and we basically these meetings are convened at least once in a month. They do prioritize their work to be done in the area, and the main focus is on efficient delivery of services, and number 2 is the victim to provide any kind of relief to the victim of crime visiting the police station. These are the Sanj committees. The unique feature of these Sanj committees, the majority of members are from the common public. Again, we have defined these members. These are some retired principals, doctors, people drawn from various walks of the life, and clear-cut instructions are there who can be member of these societies. There is no choice of a local SHO or the DSP to bring any kind of a person to this society. The membership qualification has been clearly defined in our notifications and instructions. These are the facilities. It's an air-conditioned environment. You have the drinking water facilities. Then you have the proper toilet arrangement, both for ladies and females. Then the front end is very good. We have the counter over there. Everything is on an IT platform connected to our central server. And you can avail services at any place in Punjab. Suppose you have gone to Amritsar, you lost your purse over there, you have come down to Mohali, you can go to any Sanj Kendra on the way. You will get a unique ID. Unique ID will be generated by the system. That will become your future reference for the future correspondence with police station or the Sanj Kendra. This is the institutional structure. It has been integrated at each and every level. It is not a standalone or isolated structure. We have deliberately integrated with the police station at the sub-division level, then at the district level. At the district level, the SSP is the chairman of the Sanj committee and public representative is the co-convener. At the sub-division level, DSP is the chairman of the Sanj committee and one rep of a public is the co-convener. At the police station level, SHO is the chairman of the Sanj committee and public representative is a co-convener. Whatever finances we collect through this facilitation charges, this can only be withdrawn with the signature of the chairman of that particular Sanj committee and the local co-convener who is a public representative. So it keeps a check of the common public in running day-to-day affair, including the financial management of the Sanj Kendra. These are the services provided at these Sanj Kendras, 27 services in the normal district and 41 services in the commissionates. And now we have developed a lot of people-friendly apps. So in near future, within a week or so, you can access these services through apps also on your mobile app, people who are having Android-based telephones. These are the services, list of the services. Dispute resolution. We have started this new, we have a lot of matrimonial dispute and domestic violence issues coming up. We have a 181 helpline whose call center is being managed by a private group in Mohali. So we receive a lot of complaints. These complaints will now further will be directed to the Sanj Kendras. So members of the public and the police officials manning these Sanj Kendras, in charge of each and every Sanj Kendra is invariably a sub-inspector or ASI rank police officer. So they will be dealing these issues of domestic violence and matrimonial dispute at the local level. Otherwise, individual has to travel to the district headquarters or to the concerned police station for getting their grievance redressed. This is basically a decentralized type of a setup at the local level. Victim relief. There are lot of statutory provisions regarding compensation to be provided to the victim of crime, like acid victims. Victims of the cases registered under SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act. Accident claim cases, now honorable courts have desired that these claims have to be processed within 1 month or so, and it has to be delivered to the affected party within 1 month time period. So we have designed, it has yet not been fully functional. Only one part is fully functional, that is we guide people, we facilitate the liaison between the victim and the advocates who are available in the free legal aid through district legal services authorities. That part we are doing. But this victim compensation issue will be addressed within next 1 month or so. These will become as a nodal designated officers who will process all papers relating to particular claim to be filed before concerned deputy commissioner or district legal services authority. Like in untraced accident cases, the government of India has this National Solution Fund scheme, and the deputy commissioner of a concerned district is the sanctioning authority for that. So victim doesn't know all these things. So one thing is the dissemination of information. Second, preparation of the case, total case. The in charge Sanj Kendra proactively will prepare this compensation case and get it deposited with the concerned competent authority, maybe district legal services authority or the concerned deputy commissioner. And he will do the regular follow-up with these offices for getting the compensation sanctioned from these authorities. This will go a long way in mitigating the grievances and the financial miseries of the victims of the crime. This is one area which we are taking up in the Sanj Kendras. Education and dissemination of information. This is one of the role. Various seminars and other publicity campaign are being launched on various socially relevant issues by members of the Sanj Kendras. This Punjab experiment is a unique experiment which Dr. Pramod Kumar spoke in the morning. It has been institutionalized through statutes, through incorporating relevant provisions in Punjab Police Act, the Right to Service Act. So this is the statutory backing of the Sanj Kendras. It is not an individual effort which will vanish or which will be stopped when that particular individual is being transferred out from that place. So this is the legal backing of the total project. This is the central server technical part of it. So with totally IT-based solutions we are providing to the people. This is being regularly monitored. Right to Service Commission, our data goes to the Right to Service Commission. Even it comes to the headquarters for Community Affairs Divisions for regular monitoring whether services are provided as per provisions of Right to Service Act. And till date, 59 lakh services have been provided through Sanj Kendra to the common public. This was the cost of project, very bigger project. If you see the government project, as compared to the total cost involved is only 45 crores. And we are running almost 503 Sanj Kendras through this project, and 254 new buildings of this particular architecture has been constructed with that money. And all computer peripherals, starting from computer, scanner, printers, broadband connection, including server cost. We have a centralized server, which I mentioned earlier. Very, very small cost involved in the total project. These are the benefits of the Sanj. And these are the final words. And it has been appreciated by the common people. They need not go to the regular police station where you have the fear of unknown, you have the armed sentry, working conditions in majority of the police station may not be that good as we provide in the Sanj Kendras. Thank you so much.